Hey everybody, as promised, I am doing a business-specific video. Today we're going to talk about life coaches and life coaching market. So if you guys are a life coach, we're going to go into what strengths that you guys bring to the table, what opportunities there are in the market that you guys can capitalize on, ways that the market is transforming and how that might negatively impact you and how you guys can plan and prepare for that if that's the case. And then areas where you guys can grow and develop yourself so that you can offer even more value to your clients. And I don't know if this will be in this video or maybe I'll split it into two, but I will also go into how you guys can get more clients, so tips and tricks in that area. And then also any action steps or overall guidance that you guys might need to hear. And yeah, so let's get into it. So the strength that you guys bring to your customers and your clients is that feeling of relief and like everything's gonna be okay, because people look forward to your clients look forward to meeting with you because you come with this kind of energy that's very positive and loving and giving, and that in itself helps them. And then in addition to that, they know that when they come to you, it doesn't matter what their problem is, it doesn't matter how complicated it is, it doesn't matter what topic it's on. They know from their experience with you that they can rely on you, and when they meet with you, that it doesn't matter what the situation is or what the problem is, you will be able to work with them to work it out. Like, the two of you may not have that concrete solution just yet at the end of that meeting, but you guys will talk it out in a way that really starts putting thoughts in their heads, starts putting solutions in their heads. And so when they think about meeting with you guys, when they have a problem, they're like, oh, I have my life coaching session with you, and they just look forward to it. They're like, you know, it's just like that feeling of relief, you know, just, I know that, like, I'm so stressed right now, but I'm just so glad I had that session because I just know that, like, you guys just give them that, like, it just feels so nice to know that you can talk to somebody and that they're gonna help you work through something. And it doesn't matter what, it doesn't matter how complicated, like I was saying, it doesn't matter how complicated the problem is. They just know that, oh, I'm gonna have my life coaching session, we're gonna talk it out, I'm gonna feel better after, and I'm gonna start coming up with all these brainstorms and all these solutions and these ideas, and just spurring all those thoughts with them, all those, getting them to think about these ideas and these solutions, just working with them on that. Just one of the solutions has to work out. There is always a solution to a problem, but when they are just so caught up in it and just so caught up in the stress and the emotions of it, and you are an outside force who's looking at it from the outside looking in, but yet still very invested in their success and their growth and their happiness, like, you have that perfect balance of being able to give them that emotional relief and that emotional space from whatever it is that they're dealing with, and then also being able to create that environment and put your brains together to come up with solutions together that will really resonate with them, really make them feel like, oh, okay, like, this isn't as bad as I was thinking, and there is a path forward. Or, you know, maybe it is as bad as I was thinking, but, you know, it's really not that hard to fix, you know, like, A, B, C, like, this is what I have to do. And yeah, so that's really the strength that you guys bring to the table. So that's the value that you guys add to your clients' lives. And it is really just a very beautiful value, like, just knowing that your problem is going to be solved. You know, just, I have my client session, I have my life coaching session, and I just know that in that meeting I'm going to feel a million times better, and I'm going to have some kind of plan forward. And just that, just like that structure in the mind, just, you guys just add a lot of value. That's the strength that you guys bring to your clients. The strength and value that you guys bring to the marketplace and really to the world is whenever you guys are helping your clients work through their problems and create plans, you're not just helping them with their specific problem, you're helping them create patterns of thought that you're basically helping them learn how to problem solve for themselves. Like I was saying before, is whenever you're so bogged down in a problem, and let's say, I mean, just life is just there, things are just coming at you from different angles, you know, it can be really hard to sit down and, like, take the time, make the time to think through your problems, plan through them, problem solve them, come up with solutions. Like, it's just, life just, you know, keeps you going, and then you don't sit down and make the time to actually think for yourself. A lot of times you just are always on autopilot. And when they have this, like, wonderful gift of a session from you guys, something that they look forward to, something that they know that at the end of it they're going to feel better and have some kind of result, some kind of resolution, whatever it is, it makes them excited. You know, they're happy to meet with you, and it makes them want to set aside that hour to have that session with you, to think with you, to plan with you. And not only are you planning and thinking with them in that moment, but like I was saying, it's like every time you have one of those sessions, sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my throat. I was sick last week, but I'm fine now, so I don't know. When you sit down and have those sessions with them, every single time that you're having that session with them, even though they don't realize it, you are helping them practice problem solving for themselves. You're coaching them, but they are having to come up with solutions with you, sometimes by yourselves, and you just ask the right questions and like open them up and remove their mental blocks and allow them to come up with ideas, come up with answers that they couldn't before because they were just so bogged down in the stress of their life. And when you do this, you're basically training them, teaching them to become better problem solvers in their life, their business, their health, just whatever area that you're working with them on, finances, whatever it is. And you guys, in doing that, you're contributing to the world in a really great way, because I've said this in some of my my other videos, but basically, like, life is all about problem solving. It doesn't matter, like, one area of your life could be going really well, but there's so many areas of your life, and then when one area is going really well, there's like an issue in another, and that like allows you to problem solve, allows you to grow. Once that area is resolved, you know, you go back to this area and there's another problem there. So like life is just all about problem solving, and the more of a problem solver you can be, like the better you are at it, the better your life can be. And so you guys are helping people become better problem solvers for their life so that they can have better lives, but you're also helping the world at large. Like you collectively, as all of these life coaches, helping all these different people that resonate with you guys, whoever comes to you, you know, you guys resonate, you guys match. Collectively, you guys are changing the world and helping the world become better problem solvers. And like, that's really only going to help the world. We have so many problems that we can fix. And if we're just always becoming problem solvers and like thinking up solutions in our own lives, that those skills translate to the world. You know, we could help with poverty and help with, I don't know, poverty, let's go with poverty, hunger, just all these different issues, water issues in different countries, irrigation. I don't know, I'm not coming up with good examples right now, but basically, like, there's a lot of problems that are out there, and if you guys are coaching people, you're building up all these people, all these generations of people that can be involved in solving even bigger problems that are at the like global world scale, and that really only adds to the world, because there are more problem solvers, more solutions. So you guys are really just like very powerful people. You guys are just really adding a lot of impact. And I feel like sometimes life coaches or just coaches in general kind of have this like wishy-washy, like people think of them as kind of wishy-washy because they think like, oh, you guys just ask questions, you know, you don't come up with solutions. But it's not, I mean, you guys do, like, you guys are ready to offer solutions when possible, but what you guys are trying to do is open up the other person. You guys are not trying to put your solutions on somebody else. You're trying to open up the other person to be able to think for themselves, come up with solutions on their own, access the power within them. That's what you guys are doing. And that, like, that is just so valuable. Like, I feel like you guys don't get the credit that you guys deserve, because like I was saying, you guys are allowing people to access who they truly are and like find answers within themselves, you know, trust who they are, believe in themselves, you know, and when you do that and you have a world of that and just people believing in themselves and wanting to work together and solve problems, like, I just think, yeah, you guys deserve a lot more credit. So thank you for the value that you guys are adding to not only the people that you guys serve, but also the world at large. An area that I see that you guys can grow and develop in is, I feel like there's like this feeling of control that you guys have that you guys need to let go of. And that control is kind of like, it's like you guys want to somehow hold on to your clients. It's like you kind of just like hold on to them. And I don't know if it's like I feel like there might be two sides to it. Like, one side might be that you have this need to try to give them the answers sometimes, and like you just want them to be successful. So there's this like feeling of control of like, I know what you guys should do, and this is what you should do, and like that controlling feeling of like needing them to do certain things because that's what you think they need to do. So that kind of control, that's one side of the control. And I think maybe the other side of the control, like, because I was seeing the two different versions that you guys tend to have. So I think the other side of the control feeling that you guys have is not wanting to let go of your clients, or like not wanting to share your clients with others, or really let others know who your clients are, because you don't want them to go somewhere else. And the like growth or development there for you guys is like, you guys are trying to teach your clients not to have these feelings of control, you know, to be able to not hold on to things, and basically like be more open-minded, be more flexible, and go with the flow more, so that they can open up to more possibilities, and to not be fear-based. That's what you guys are trying to help your clients become. And when you're holding on to your clients and not wanting to share them, or not really wanting them to go somewhere else, or like just kind of like somehow just holding on to your clients, there is a fear element there for you guys that you guys need to work on in yourselves as well, so that, yeah, like, because you guys are really just holding on to them. And I think that it's not really going to be productive for you, because I think that, you know, it's like, yeah, when somebody's like trying to control a situation or hold on to something, that feeds off to the person being controlled. It makes them feel like, they just feel all this desperation from you, and it makes them want to run away even more. I'm not saying your clients are going to run away, but like there is that exchange of energy that's happening between you guys that actually pushes them away more instead of bringing them to you. I think when you guys are more open and feel better about sharing, I guess, and are okay with that idea, then yeah, like you set a good example for your clients, and they are looking to you as an example. So when you are able to let go of things like that and be okay, and like trust in yourself and your business, and trust in your value, trust in the value that you're adding, that your client is going to absolutely love and adore everything that you have to say to them. When you really trust yourself like that, you're setting an example for them, and then they can embody that a lot more because they're getting that influence from you. So you would really be helping your clients out that way. And just kind of thinking about in terms of clients and not wanting to share them, or worried they're going to go away, or, you know, in terms of that mindset, like, I also thought that I would be very competitive in terms of business, just because I like to win, right? Everybody does. And I do tend to be a competitive person, I guess you could say. But I haven't felt that at all. And I think it's because I just feel like me and everybody else in my industry, we're all a team that is here to serve the world. And each one of us is a very different personality that attracts very different types of clients. And we're at different phases of our lives. And so again, that makes us attract different clients than somebody else who is very different in a different phase of their life, catering to a different kind of audience. And so just to me, the way that I've noticed that the world works is that not every client is going to resonate with every coach, and not every coach is going to resonate with every client. I'm sure you guys have had clients that were a nightmare, or clients that you just couldn't move because they just weren't, you guys just weren't on the same wavelength. So just keep in mind that there is more than enough for everybody, and you and everybody else in your industry, you guys are all a team working to serve the world. And you're not necessarily competitors. Like, actually, you're not competitors. You're a team. You're a team serving the world. And maybe you have your business and they have theirs, but you guys are not serving the same people. You may think that you are, but you're not. Like, yeah, you guys just aren't. Like, there is no competition. There is a separation. Different people are looking for different coaches at different times in their lives. And so the clients that you guys have are the ones that want to be with you, and they're happy to be with you. And that's because you are the best match for them right now. And maybe for a very long time. I actually think many of your clients would be very happy to work with you for the long term. But if your client decides to go to a different coach, don't look at that as if you failed, or as if that person is better than you, or as if something wrong happened, or if like your client didn't like you enough. You know, just don't think of it that way. Just think of it as you helped them where they were at the time that they met you. And now they're looking for a different kind of help, and that leaves space for somebody who now matches where you are. Like, you guys affect each other. Your client has affected you. You've grown. You've affected them. They've grown. And now you guys are looking for different people that are at your next level. So that's just kind of what I want to say about that is don't get caught up in the competition. I just don't think that it exists. Like, I think that is old world thinking. I think, I just don't see that at least in the service industry. Like, I mean, two coaches could offer the exact same program, but do it so differently because of their personalities, like, and their own personal experiences that feed into that, their own personal thought patterns that feed into that, just like could be so different. And they could just attract people who are very different, who are looking for the personality sometimes. It's the coaching, but also the personality. So I just think that there's like so much more, you know, you're not offering something that can just be copied. Like, you may think that because like a lot of coaches go through the same programs, but you cannot be copied, right? Like, people can try to steal some of your ideas and that kind of thing, but they cannot copy you. They can't copy your thoughts, your ideas, your experiences. They can't do that. And so maybe they can copy your idea today, but they don't know they can't copy you. They don't know like what your next idea is going to be until you've already shared it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody is just so different and looking for different things. So just don't get caught up in the whole competition. Feel free to share. Feel free to be open about who you're working. I mean, confidentiality and all that, but like, feel free to like be open, you know, and yeah, don't get caught up in the limited mindset of competition. It just limits you. It limits what you can offer to your clients, the kind of energy that you bring to the table. So yeah, that would be my thoughts on that for you guys. In terms of the opportunities that I see in the marketplace for life coaches and how you can like leverage that to your advantage. So what I'm getting at first is I feel like there's going to be a lot of changes in the industry and the market, not so much in like what's being taught. I think that the whole coaching mindset, programs, problem solving, that side of it, I think that's pretty solid. I think that's pretty solid. Like, that's good. I think probably what'll change is somehow there'll be a better structure in place in terms of understanding like what life coaches are out there, like who's out there. Because it's just very, it just feels very decentralized to me right now. So there's like life coaches everywhere. I mean, I guess that's one of the reputations that life coaches have, is like anybody can be one. But like I was saying before, you guys add a lot of value, so don't listen to people who say that. You guys add a lot of value. So, yeah, but like in other people's minds, there's just so many life coaches out there. Like, almost anybody could be a life coach if they want to be. So, you know, because of that mindset, I think there's going to be some kind of change to where there'll be like more structure put into place. And I'm just kind of seeing how, like, you know, there's life coaching, and then there's like sub aspects of life coaching. There's like finances, and then there's like health, and there's like career, and there's, you know, all these different ones. And then of course, outside of life coaching, there's like business coaching, and then there's like, you know, there's all these different types of coaches out there. But in terms of life coaching, I'm seeing, yeah, there's like life coaching, and there's like subfields of life coaching. And then I just see like each one of those fields being broken down also more specifically. And then like there being combinations. So maybe it's like there's one life coach that handles like health and finance. So if you're looking for that, then here's a list of those types of life coaches. And I feel there's gonna be like more structure, I guess, to the whole market. So that's good. I don't see that as an example of something you guys can leverage today though. So in terms of what you guys can leverage today, yeah, what I'm getting for you guys like that is a little bit more something you can tangibly do something about is do more speaking opportunities. So there are always conferences like all over the country, other countries, you know, wherever you are. And they're always looking for speakers. And so I see that as a really good platform for you guys, but I'm not sure how you guys present whenever you do present, but, or I think I've actually seen life coaches do something where they bring somebody up and then like a volunteer from the crowd, and then they will like help them solve a problem and work through it with them. And so then the audience can see how a coaching session works. But what I was kind of envisioning for you guys is not really needing to bring somebody up, but doing a presentation in a way to where you're presenting on a you're presenting on a solution. So you list out a problem and maybe you guys work it out like through the presentation versus like with a person on the stage with you, but you guys just like talk it out like as a monologue to the crowd. Not as a monologue, but like you show them the process of working through it, like what's involved, and then you lead them to a solution that just like wows them. So that's what I see for you guys. So I don't know if that would be, yeah, so like I think that maybe it would be obviously you would plan this presentation in advance. It's not like somebody would throw out a problem and then, oh, actually that's a good idea. Okay, all right, let's split this. So there's one option where you have a pre-planned problem that you're going to walk them through to a solution at the end of the presentation. That maybe is something that you know that the audience would absolutely love and adore. Like maybe you would help them learn how to get more clients, you know? Something like that, or some kind of like problem where your client just gets stuck, you know, and you help the audience get unstuck. And they just like go through this transformation with you. Like, you know, they just see how you transform and you like help them transform through that process. So that's one, it's like a pre-planned problem. And then the other one is, yeah, just now is like maybe someone could throw up a problem that they're dealing with and then you show them how you would work through it. I mean, it's kind of like bringing somebody up and having them sit up on stage with you, but I guess if that's working for you guys, do that. But for some reason, I'm just saying it's more you guys being not the star of the show, but like it being a one-person show and you just like leading a transformation and just solving a problem and people just being like, wow, like you wowed me. You took a problem that I didn't know how to solve. You know, it's like a very, you know, complicated problem and somehow you changed my thinking through this process to where that solution is just, wow, like, yeah. That's what I'm really getting for you guys in terms of the opportunities that are out there that you guys can leverage. The other thing is, and I'm not sure where this fits, but since I got it, I'm just going to share it now. I don't know if you guys are already doing this, but because I think a lot of life coaches do like to meet other life coaches, but like I was saying before, the weakness that I'm like sensing in you guys, like the area of growth for you guys is like being better about sharing your clients. So just something that I got right now is something that you guys could do is maybe come up, like meet other coaches and become a team of coaches to where if maybe a client doesn't want to work with you, you can say, oh, you know, that's fine. Like if you're more interested in this type of coaching or if you're looking for this type of personality or this type of, you know, like personality to push you, I guess, like this type of motivation, I guess, then I have a friend like that I can refer you to, or like make it like a group, just be like, feel free to like, this is my group of like friends that I think are really qualified that I think could really help you, and why don't you go reach out to them, or like put in, or yeah, it's like create a pool where one person can reach out to all of you group of coaches at one time and kind of get a feel for each one of you and then go from there. So yeah, if you're talking to a prospective client and they're like a little iffy maybe, or they don't want to work with you, let's say, then just like punt them over to a group where they can explore more the other people in your group and work with at least one of you guys, and you guys just help each other that way. So that's just something that I got that I was going to share with you guys. In terms of a change in the industry that I see that you guys might want to be prepared for, watch out for, plan for. So I think some stuff is going to go down. I think, yeah, I feel like there is a group of people, or like there's like a lot of people who are angry or frustrated with how the industry is going, and they are probably all going to band together to somehow like to kind of badmouth the other people, like the people who aren't in their group, and like, yeah, whatever their little circle is, to badmouth anybody who doesn't fit in there, and to somehow create a situation to where they are a circle and they cut everybody else out. But I don't see that really working well for them. When you close yourself off like that, you don't just close yourself off from other life coaches, you close yourself off from other customers, like other clients. a lot of people don't like that energy. And I think maybe also, especially in your industry, people looking for life coaches aren't looking for that kind of negativity. They're not looking for that kind of cutthroatness or that kind of, I don't know, just that, like, what is the word? Yeah, like cutting people out, being kind of cliquish. Yeah, they're just not looking for that kind of drama, right? That's not what they're looking for. They have enough drama in their life. They don't need that. So I really think that, you know, it's actually going to work to everybody else's benefit. Everybody who, like, does not fit into the mold of that group that's going to try to shift things and, like, maybe badmouth and, like, create some kind of situation where it's about them, and then everybody else, like, try to make irrelevant or, like, push far to the edges and the sidelines until they drop off. Yeah, I think everybody that's going to get pushed out, I think that this whole situation is actually going to work to their benefit, because especially if you guys are on that side, I hope you guys are on that side, because if you're on the other side, then definitely, like, go back to that part of this video where I talk about, like, an area that you guys can work on, which is, like, not holding on to your clients, not being this, like, control type of person, because that doesn't resonate well with your clients in the end. But yeah, everybody who's going to be, like, kicked out, yeah, like, you guys just come with just such a nice, warm, loving, giving energy, right? You guys are just giving from your hearts. When you become the kind of person or part of the group that, and I'm not saying that they're not justified. Like, I feel like they feel like they worked really hard for something. And yeah, like, they worked really hard for something, and somehow, even though they did the course, like, maybe it's like a course that they took, even though, or like, they followed the path, it's almost like everybody else who didn't do the work that they did just jumped in, and now it's just a free-for-all, and they feel like they lost out. Like, somehow this was not fair. So I'm not saying that they're wrong in feeling the way that they're feeling, but it's just not going to help them. So actually, if you're on that side, I hope you're listening to this, because, like, don't, like, it probably was an unfair situation for you guys, like, in your mindset. For everybody else, it doesn't feel unfair to them, but, like, to you, I understand that it feels unfair, but just don't get caught up in that mindset. Like, everything that you went through to get to this point, even though it feels like you were not given what you felt you were owed at the end of it, you were given something. Like, you may not have been given what you're owed, but you got something out of it that is going to help you. Like, you may not realize it now, but you got skills, you got something out of this that if you just shifted your mindset and tried to focus on the strengths that it gave you, you could blow a lot of people out of the park. Like, you probably have some systems in place, you probably have some kind of structure in place that people who didn't go through what you went through don't have. And you could blow people out of the water. You just have to realize that. You have to focus on what you did get out of the situation. You have to focus on your strengths, and you have to leverage them instead of focusing on what you lost out on. You know, that's not going to get you anywhere. So yeah, try not to, just, like, focus on what you got. Focus on what you have. Focus on what you did get out of your experiences, and just leverage that, and just forget about what you did not get out of the situation. Because yeah, like I said, it doesn't help you anywhere. It just keeps you stuck. So don't be stuck. Yeah, so basically everybody who's not part of that camp, who is going to be, like, kicked out, like I would say, you guys just have this giving energy, and that's what people are looking for. Like, people don't just resonate with what you have to offer, they also resonate with the personality behind it. Like, I have bought business courses where, like, I bought one where I really resonated with the person, and I absolutely loved the course. Like, everything was just exactly how I needed it to be. And then I've also bought courses where I'm like, well, he's selling it pretty good, but I don't really like the person. And I was like, well, you know, maybe the content's good. Maybe I can overlook the personality traits. And then I bought the course, and when I saw all that was there to be offered, it was scatters all over the place. And I didn't resonate with the person, so it was just kind of like, you know, it's just like I didn't end up sticking with the course. So people are not just looking for what you have to offer, they are, but they're also looking at who is offering it. And so just remember that you guys are, like, very loving and giving, and don't let just the shifts and the politics, I guess you could say, of how things are, don't let that affect you and your personality and the direction you're going in and your mindset, because yeah, like your heart is what's gonna win you the business. Your heart is what's gonna make you successful. Just that very giving energy, collaborative, wanting to truly help people. Like that is what drives you, and just keep your focus on that. Keep your focus on what you really, like what you want to achieve, which is you really want to help people. You get really invested in people's lives and their dreams, and you want them to be happy. And so that's all that you guys should really be focusing on, is like your heart and making people happy. Alright guys, I think this video is probably going to be getting pretty long, so I'm going to split this into two. Basically what I gave you guys is a SWOT. We went through your strengths, weaknesses. That was like the growth area. I don't like to call it really a weakness so much, because it's like an area of improvement. And yeah, we went over like some of the marketplace opportunities and like how you can leverage them, and then also like the threat, I guess, in the marketplace that you guys need to kind of keep in mind and watch out for and plan for. So yeah, we basically did a SWOT, and so my next video will be more specifically around how to get clients. So catch me in the next video.